When those first ships came over across the ocean, we didn't build a wall. We didn't say, go back. We invited people here, showed them how to live on the land to our detriment, right? It led to literal genocide and land theft. However, born of all that trauma was a resiliency. And Indian country has this resiliency, and as we heal ourselves, I truly believe the lessons we learn internally are gonna help heal the world. Hello, my relatives. I greet you with a good heart and handshake. My name is Wayne Ducheneau, and I'm the Executive Director of Native Governance Center. We are a nonprofit organization that serves the 23 Native nations that share geography with North Dakota, South Dakota, and Mni Sota Makoce. We do our work trying to inspire a Native nation rebuilding movement, helping tribal nations on issues of governance and leadership.
NGC's approach is unique in a couple ways. They're engaging natives and non-natives. They have a long-term vision, which is important not only for the entity of NGC, but also for tribal communities. NGC is focused on structures of governance, and those can have lasting impacts for many generations.
They came and met with us and asked, what's helpful? What would be helpful as tribal leaders? Our council's response was, it would be nice to have like a Tribal Politics 101 or Tribal Leaders 101. So Native Governance Center worked with us and kind of developed that with us for here, specific to Chashayapi. Our whole point of being is to help our citizens, our members. And to us, it's not just citizens, they're our relatives. Decisions that we make are personal. They're not always just because. You always have someone in mind when you're making decisions. That training that we went through with them has helped each one of our department heads think that way.
One of the things that we're particularly proud of is we're sitting here today at the Lower Sioux Indian community. And born of our Beyond Land Acknowledgement work was this great project called the Mni Sota Makoce Honor Tax. Jessica Inderbill, who had taken part in some of our programming, was particularly inspired around this idea of how can she do something different for the tribe?
So an honor tax is a really concrete way to recognize that you are not on land that is your own. It's a way to get a direct payment to a tribe or sometimes a group of tribal organizations. And by doing that, you recognize that before land was property, it was land. And this recognizes that relationship. Participating in an honor tax is a way to recognize that colonial structure and work against it very intentionally by not just returning wealth to a tribe, which is important, and it does do that, but it also is a chance to recognize and surrender some of the power that comes with colonization.
We have a very strong creative team in our community engagement work, and we'd bantered about all these different ideas about how can we engage the broader general public in a way that's different from your standard podcast. Our staff pitched this idea of let's do Wings with Wayne. And it would be a show where I would sit across the table from somebody prominently featured in our work or strong community voices, and really kind of ask them questions about tribal sovereignty, the work they do, how it interconnects, while we eat progressively hotter and hotter hot wings.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Put it hot.
See that? It's a little
Close up.
extra flavoring.
And so really the inspiration for Wings with Wayne is how can we find a fun and engaging way to help broader community understand the work that we do, and then highlight and showcase great folks within Indian country that are doing tremendous work.
We're not the Dakota people from the 16, 17, 1800s. We're just like everybody else. We are here in this world, still trying to live the way that our ancestors did, but realizing that to survive and thrive in today's world, we've got to be in both. The work Native Governance Center does is important because they're so far-reaching. Whatever a tribe might need, they try to help. Whichever way, if it's technical resources, if it's historical data, whatever you ask, they've worked hard to try to figure out and help you find the answer you're looking for.